Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I just have a little bit of a chit chat to share with you. I just wanted to talk about the things that I have planned for my channel in the next coming year. I've been thinking about this a lot, and I just wanted to share with you the direction that I'm going to be going with my channel and in my life, I guess. The biggest thing is I do want to downsize my makeup collection. By doing projects and by emptying things. I do think that I have improved over the past year. Last year around this time I tried to do a makeup inventory and I failed horribly because I was getting so frustrated with myself. I had just so many products to account for that it was just way too overwhelming and I gave up. And I don't want to do that this year. I do want to create a makeup inventory. Firstly, I do want to do a big declutter, and I want to be as brutal as possible and be as real with myself as possible and say, is this something that I actually like? Is this a formula that I like? Is this a brand that I want to continue to support? Is this something that I wouldn't mind panning? Because what's the point of having something in your collection if you're not going to use it? I have so many things in my collection that have not gotten use, and most of that is just because I have been panning other things and having other things in my projects that I've been focusing on. And for me, part of the problem is I was so wrapped up in doing project pans and pan that palette that I was just completely ignoring a lot of the items that I have in my collection. I have palettes. I have a whole drawer of palettes that have not gotten any love in the past year because I've been so focused on my pan that palette for this year. And I can't believe that I let a whole year get away from me and not using the things that I have. So next year I am not going to be doing a pan that palette. I think I'm gonna just rotate out my palettes every couple of weeks, maybe every 2 to 3 weeks, so that I can actually use the things that I have, and then maybe at the end of next year make decisions on whether I like a palette or not, whether I want to declutter it or not. Because I think with my declutter this year, I'm gonna try and get rid of as much as I can that I know that I'm not going to use or enjoy. But a lot of the stuff that I have is literally untouched. It's a travesty. I really have not used or tried a lot of the things that I have. I have palettes that are completely untouched. I would venture to say that 70% of my palettes that are, you know, over 8 pans have not been touched. It's just... And my problem is that I was so busy panning this one palette that I was still buying things because I wasn't shopping my stash. And it was just this weird vicious cycle where I was denying myself using the products that I already have, so I was buying new stuff that I then wasn't using. So I think not panning that palette is gonna help. So I can shop my stash and see what formulas of shadows that I like and what I want to keep and what I want to pass along, or try and sell or swap or whatever. So that's a big thing. I do have 2 collabs coming up in next year, which is going to be really fun. So I'm really excited about that, and I'm going to try and do some seasonal challenges. But I don't want to have like these big year-long things like looming over my head that just, I don't know, draw my attention away from the grand scheme of things. The next thing that I wanted to tell you guys is I want to start transitioning to cruelty free. This is something that's been on my mind for a couple of months. I will be doing at least 1 or 2 hauls in December of things that I've either already acquired or things that, you know, I'll be receiving for Christmas or whatever. So there will be things that are not cruelty free that I am bringing in. I am going to do my best to stop purchasing from brands that are not cruelty free. Mistakes will happen, I'm sure. so please don't lynch me for accidentally buying something that's not cruelty free. It's just a learning game. There's a lot to learn. There's a lot of companies who are not as transparent as they should be, so that's a big thing. I'm not going to just throw away all of my non-cruelty free items when I do my declutter. It will be on my mind for sure, but I'm not just going to throw something away just because it's not cruelty free. If it's something that I like, I will try and pan it or whatever. I think that it's going to be really important for me to make this change. So when it comes to my stance, I feel a lot like Mary from Reviewer's Diary. So I will be still accepting products for review that may not come from cruelty-free companies. My biggest thing is that I don't want my dollars going to companies that do test on animals. If I receive something for free and they want me to write a review or post a review, I will gladly do that. I will disclose whether or not it is cruelty-free. However, status does change. It can change overnight. So I do just want to remind you that it's always important to do your own homework. If you're watching a video of mine that's a couple months old and then that company decides to sell in China, well, then they're not cruelty-free anymore. So it's very important to do your own research on what is and isn't cruelty-free. But whenever I film something, if it's a review, I will tell you the status at the time of filming. So I will still be reviewing things that may not be cruelty-free. I'm just not going to be spending my own money on brands that are not cruelty-free. So I will still be using up what I have in my collection that may not be from cruelty-free brands like L'Oreal or whatever, Benefit, you know. I will still be using things up, and then I will not be repurchasing from those brands unless they make those changes. That's my biggest thing. It occurs to me that I wore a very appropriate shirt today. I didn't do that on purpose. This is a sweater with bunnies on it. So it was like a weird subliminal thing that just happened. Yeah, so not going to be doing pan that palette. I think that I want to do like a project polish, but let me know what you think. I only finished up 2 polishes this year, so I think if I do that, I would only do like quarterly updates on that. We're not doing pan that palette. I'm going to do some seasonal projects and collabs with people, and I will be transitioning to going cruelty free. So I think it's going to be a really great year. I'm going to try and get a hold of my makeup collection. So coming up for me, you can expect to see a massive declutter. I'm also going to try and do a makeup inventory this year, starting January the 1st. So in the coming new year, expect to see that. And then I'll do like quarterly or maybe bi-yearly update about how my numbers are going. But I think that's it. I think that's all I wanted to share with you at this time. Let me know your thoughts down below. I would love to chat with you guys. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you aren't already, if any of this sounds interesting to you. Subscribe to my channel so we can stay in touch and you can stay up to date on what I'm doing with my life. Thank you for watching, guys. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will catch you all in my next video. Bye, guys.